All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, in two plus seasons as the head coach of the Sacramento Kings, Luke Walton's record was less than stellar as it was just 68 and 93 with no trips to the playoffs. And after a 6-11 start, to this NBA season, Walton was relieved of his duties today. But even though that people are going to be, or some people at least, are going to be quick to criticize Walton's tenure with the Kings as well as his overall resume as a head coach, the Kings in this situation are far from blameless. You have to go back to 2006 to find the last time that the Sacramento Kings had a winning season, and it was also the last time that they made the playoffs. And that right there is very tough to deal with from an outsider's perspective. And the reason why I say that is 15 teams in each conference, eight postseason spots. And then on top of that, the NBA has now implemented this play in tournament for the top 10 teams per conference. And with that said, the Kings still can't break through. During this stretch of futility, Sacramento has had 10 different head coaches now. And of course, Alvin Gentry is going to be number 11. And you think about the bad drafting, and that's where it really starts at missing and passing over players over the years. The likes of Rajon Rondo, Kyle Lowry, Damian Lillard, Andre Drummond, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Zach Levine, Devin Booker, Terry Rozier. These are just some of the guys that have gone on to have impacts with other organizations in the NBA. And the Kings have consistently passed over these kind of players in the NBA draft, which is a big reason why they have consistently struggled, consistently being unable to find those impact players. And it's all about the losing culture in Sacramento because it's one of those where this team has scored points in recent years, but they have also been one of the NBA's worst defensive teams. Sacramento's giving up more than 111 points per game this year. The bottom line is that's not going to cut it. Yes, Luke Walton deserves some of the blame, but the bottom line is this is a Kings issue and it starts at the top of their organization and it works right down. It's a situation where, you know what, there's you like I always say when it comes to winning, you need guys in your locker room who hate to lose more than they enjoy winning. Sacramento clearly does not have that. So at this point, it does not matter who the Kings are going to get to come in there and replace Luke Walton as their head coach. It does not matter. The bottom line is until the Kings have more accountability from the top of their organization down, that is the only way that things are going to change. Until then, they're going to be a team that's going to win 25 or 30 games each season. And when they face other teams, those teams know law of averages more often than not. As long as we lace them up, we're going to go out there and have a very good opportunity to beat this team and fatten up in the win column. That is what happens when you have losing teams. That is what happens when you have losing organizations. The Kings were and have been a losing organization for the majority of their time since moving to Sacramento. They had that one glimmer of success from the late 90s to the mid 2000s with Chris Webber, Mike Bibby, Vlade Divac, and of course Rick Adelman as their head coach. They were one win away from the NBA Finals back in 2002, but they have not come close to replicating that. They made a mistake letting Rick Adelman go. They made a mistake in partying with Chris Webber in the way that they did, and things have fallen apart in a sad way for this organization. So the writing was on the wall that Luke Walton was going to be let go. But the bottom line is, it's kind of like, you know what, just putting a band-aid over a bad problem. And and I say a bad problem where you need stitches. So that's what the Kings have done. They're going to continue to be bad. And until there's a quote culture change in this organization, you can continue. You can expect for them to continue to be one of the embarrassments of the NBA. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast. here on YouTube. Want to take the time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 pounds of sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So, once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin, signing off, saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.